Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos, hit that like button. Y'all come in here and let's get popping. All right, man. We back with another video, man. Out Sunday this Sunday morning, the Sunday before Christmas, man. Got my grapes right here, seed grapes. You know what I'm saying? My morning breakfast. I want to get that out there, man. Morning breakfast is grapes. If y'all want to be able to get clear skin and be able to, you know what I'm saying, live a healthy lifestyle, make sure y'all eat a lot of fruit. And when y'all get the grapes, don't get the ones with the seeds, without the seeds in them. Get the ones with the seeds. A lot of these dudes be finessing, these little stores be finessing y'all with these fruits. I gotta do your research. When you have seeds in the fruit, that means the real deal. So I got that. I got my juice right here, my Purely juice. You know what I'm saying? Jamba juice. Shout out to Jamba, West Coast. You know how it is. But I want to put something out here, man, about yesterday's game. The Clippers lose 97-113 in Dallas. Dallas Mavericks split the season's series so far 1-1. And there's a lot of things I want to, get out and discuss. Now, yesterday morning, I did a pregame live show. All right. I did a pregame live show highlighting the game for today, or for yesterday. So, I did a pregame live show yesterday, and it was highlighting about the things that to look for this game from yesterday. Now, the Mavericks won 97-113. First couple things I realized, of course, Kyrie Irving was back on the court, and I'm gonna talk about his performance and what I thought about what he did and how he impacted the game. Now, if you look at the box score, you'll see some things that, you got to actually look a little bit deeper into. So, there's some good news and there's some bad news. First off, the good news is that Chris Dunn did a fantastic job on Kyrie Irving as the assigned defender from start to finish. So there's a certain defender that Kyrie Irving that he may have trouble with. And I've noticed the type of defenders he has trouble with. Long, lengthy, athletic defenders, and very, very guys who are able to get low to the ground and not fall for his fakes. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to say that again. Kyrie Irving struggles. I wouldn't even say struggle, but it's harder for him to get his stuff off when he's facing long, lengthy, athletic defenders, right? Like a Jaylen Brown in the finals, right? Those type of players, Kyrie Irving has a tougher time getting his stuff off. He can't back them down in the post. He doesn't have the elevation to, finish over them, things of that nature. Those are the type of defenders he has trouble with. I saw even with Paul George last year in the playoffs in the first round. Kyrie Irving, yes, where he scored a couple of baskets on Paul George, I saw that it was more of a tougher time for him to get his stuff off with Paul George guarding him. When these 6'7", 6'8", long athletic wings dealing with a smaller 6'1", 6'2" Kyrie Irving who's explosive in his own right, but he's not super explosive. Those are the type of defenders you want to put on him. Or you want to put like physical guys who are low to the ground and defensively disciplined against Kyrie Irving, and Chris Dunn showed that to be last night. Kyrie went 6 for 25 last night. Now, he's dealing with the shoulder injury, so we may have to see how it is again if we face him when he's actually playing to get games under his belt. But as far as last night went, Chris Dunn did an exceptional job on Kyrie Irving, right? So the good news is that Chris Dunn once again showed that he can really defend at a high level. And we didn't have our other point of attack defender, Terrence Mann. We haven't been having him for the last few games. So once we get him back, that's another option we can go to. But I think in a series, we found our guy who's going to be able to guard Kyrie Irving. Now, of course, you're not going to stop him, but you want to put bodies up against him that's going to make it kind of tough. So that's one part of the good news. Another part of the good news I want to bring out is I seen Kevin Porter Jr. play last night, and he had 19 points. He had 3 assists. He had 4 turnovers, which was not good. But I saw, once again, the aggressiveness from Kevin Porter Jr. And see, the thing about it, man, with KPJ, yes, I gotta accept the fact that he's going to turn the ball over. His decision making is not the greatest. That's what it's going to be throughout the duration. I'm already seeing that throughout the duration of the season. He's not going to get more smarter, right? Because he plays with a certain pace, and because of where he came from, which was the Houston Rockets, which was a losing franchise at the time, he didn't have to really play winning basketball. And I don't really see right now, until Kawhi gets back on the court, and that's going to be the guy that restores order, that the Ty Lue offense, where it's guard oriented, that's what you're seeing right now with KPJ. But however, he can score the ball, and he does play very, very good defense. He's very long, he's athletic, he's lengthy, so that kind of makes up for his turnovers, right? So that's the good news about KPJ. He's showing that he's not going to be backing down from any smoke, but his decision making is not going to get much better, man. I'm just going to be honest. So those are the good things I saw last night, really, even though we lost the game. I thought we did a good job of trying to, fight us back as much as we could up until the end of the game. But I think the Dallas Mavericks fan base and, the players, it was just their game to win. So we got the split. But I want to go into the things that really I want to revisit, even from yesterday. And I'm going to give a shout out to my man Adam Oslin for making a YouTube short last night and speaking upon it. So, the box score will say something, and you have to watch the game to see the other part of it. Now, as much as I just said Chris Dunn did a great job on Kyrie Irving, if you watched the game and you saw what was going on, you saw Kyrie Irving, what he was doing and the impact he made. He went 6 for 25 last night, right? He had 6 assists with 1 turnover. I think he had, I don't know how many rebounds he had, but I think he had a good number of rebounds. But that's beside the point. He's playing winning basketball because he's playing defense on the other side as well. And who he's playing defense, I'm going to get into in a minute. But I seen that he was playing great, tough defense, especially in that second quarter, towards the end of that second quarter. But you could tell that his teammates, he giving them confidence. Klay Thompson seemed to be a guy that has been, good for them against us these first 2 games. He had a good field goal percentage as well. He had a high plus-minus ratio, and he was making shots. Threes, pull-up shots. He looked comfortable out there. He had nobody to really guard him because you got Chris Dunn on Kyrie Irving. So I would hope it would be Terrence Mann on Klay Thompson when he gets back. Because at the end of the day, if you got Klay Thompson clicking as well and getting his confidence flowing, it can be a long night, right? He can still give you 20 points per game on like 40-something% three-point shooting. That's a problem. You don't want that. But Dallas does have good offense on that team. Najee Marshall made an impact. Quentin Grimes made a good impact as well. Those 2 guys who can score the ball off the bench, they made a very good impact. So they got players that can put the ball in the basket, Dallas. But back to Kyrie. He made an impact with his leadership, his defense, and his playmaking without turning the ball over, right? He D'd up on James Harden with no double teams, no nothing. He was just pressuring him up full court. He was getting after it, and he was staying aggressive. He kept chucking, but the shots that he missed, especially in the mid-range, were just good. They were good quality shots. The threes, however, though, those were shots that he was, missing. But that's what Dallas really likes to do. They like to pull up and shoot a lot of threes. But I didn't see no loss of confidence from Kyrie Irving at all. He was aggressive the entire game. And he was aggressive on the defensive end as well. So, giving a shout out to him. I don't know if it's so much about his shoulder or if we found a guy who can really play defense against him. So I gotta give Kyrie his respect. Now, with that being said, something else I seen, that was a negative. James Harden, 7 turnovers. Check this out. The last 3 games, and this is what Adam said, I fact checked it. He had 9 turnovers against Denver. He had 6 turnovers. And then he had 7 turnovers last night against Dallas. Now, I told y'all, he's going to turn the rock over. That's inevitable. And he's going to turn it over when he's dealing with a more... And that's what Kyrie Irving is starting to understand. Like, he's saying, look, if I pressure this guy full court and make him have to, speed up his game, because James wants to play, slow and methodical, I can make him make mistakes. Right? And that just comes with more so just being mentally tough. James Harden's style of play is simply just, liking to dribble the offense. But Kyrie understood to, you have to speed him up to make him uncomfortable. And that's exactly what he did. And 7 turnovers last night. Anybody gonna say anything? He had 3 assists. A terrible assist ratio to turnover ratio. He had 19 points and 8 rebounds. He went 6 for 19 from the field. 2 for 9 from the 3-point line. Now, I just mentioned Kyrie Irving went 6 for 25, but he was more impactful than what James Harden was. Kyrie had 15 points last night. But his impact, and this is why I get on people who want to box score watch. Certain things you can't see on the court, that's not on the box score. Certain things you see on the court you can't see on the box score. You can't see defensive pressure on the box score. You can't see leadership on the box score. You can't see the hockey assist on the box score. Setting other guys up. Not looking to just, throw your assist up and just, want to hold on to the rock and then throw it to somebody and hope they just make a shot so you can get your assist. That's not winning basketball. And that's what I was telling y'all under that James Harden offense. I'm watching the offense, and it's like you got to wait for the ball to come to you, and then you have to shoot a long 3 shot. And that's what people say that's making your teammates better. Instead of what Dallas was doing, what Kyrie Irving was doing, was getting up and down the floor, moving the ball, and playing defense on the other side, bro. That's what you call winning basketball. And when I say defense, understand defense means making the other team having to be uncomfortable and react. How do you guard your man head up? Do you guard your man? Are you able to guard your man head up? I didn't see no double teams on James Harden yesterday. That's another thing too. People keep with this notion that he's getting double and triple. There was no double teams on him last night. He still had 7 turnovers. No one's gonna say anything, but I'm gonna keep pointing it out. When he plays well against a good team, a team that's gonna be prevalent, I'll give him his respect. Oh yeah, by the way, Norman Powell had 28 points. Showing up for games we actually need. The night before was Zubac. Zubac had 15 and 13 last night. Or 13 and 15 last night. I thought Dallas's bigs, Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, did a great job making it tough on him. But my point is that we need stars to show up in the games that we need them to show up to. Not